Johannesburg Emergency Services have raised the alarm over the targeting of its staff as well as vehicles. And joining us now is Johannesburg Emergency Services spokesperson, Mr. Robert Mulaudzi. Robert, good afternoon to you.
Afternoon, Alicia, and afternoon to the viewers.
Robert, what's going on? I mean, tell us more about these occurrences. How frequent are they?
Yeah, they are really frequent. We are really concerned about the number of attacks. You know, from the beginning of the year, we have had a number of them. I would say over 10 incidents where paramedics were attacked. We've had an incident in Yeoville, also in Brixton, and the latest one was the one in Ekenhof, where 2 of our paramedics were hijacked and also, robbed of their belongings. Yeah.
But who are the perpetrators? Is it people of the communities? Is it the people that have called for assistance? Have you been able to get to the bottom of that, Robert?
No, at this stage, we don't really know. We're depending on the police to do that investigations for us. But the problem is that these kind of attacks, they actually, hamper with our response times, because we cannot afford, situations where all the time when we had to respond to an emergency, we'll have to go via a police station or a request for assistance from JMPD. That will hamper our response time and also affect service delivery out there.
But let's talk about that, Robert. I mean, speaking of police, has this been reported to the police, and what have they done? And has there been any extra added security measures for the emergency personnel, particularly by the department itself as well?
Yeah, from our side, we on our previous attacks, we have had a number of interactions with the local security companies who are operating within the city, and also the CPFs, because we believe that if we have got a good partnership with the communities, people who are operating within the community, we can be able to deal with these people. Because, Alicia, I mean, we don't have to, be confused here, because the people who are actually conducting these attacks are people who are within the communities. Somebody knows. For instance, if you are coming up with a medical drug bag, you are not even trained as a paramedic, you don't know how to use that those drugs which are in that bag. So of course, the people who sees those people walking around with the drug bags, they need to report these matters to the police, because the very same ambulance which is being damaged, and the very same drugs, medical drugs which we supposed to use to an old lady, somebody somewhere in Deep Slot who needs our assistance, somebody's just walking around on the street with the stuff. So our appeal is that communities need to work with us to make sure that these criminal elements are removed within our communities, so that we can be able to render this essential service without any disruptions.
Robert, let's expand on that point as well. How do then the community differentiate between the actual emergency workers as opposed to those that are just posing as them? And also, I mean, what do these people do with those medical supplies that they rob from the ambulances?
In this case, you can just see that what happened last night was just a, barbaric criminal element. Because, of course, yes, the emergency services personnel, paramedics, they will have, the uniform like the one I'm wearing now. Of course, they will have a nameplate. It will be branded Robert Mulaudzi or Alicia Jali. And then from there, the emergency services personnel, they will be able to see, like with their nameplates and so on. However, now we've seen that criminal elements, because maybe they're taking advantage that we don't really take any necessary precautions in terms of maybe carrying firearms when we go to render essential services. We don't even want to entertain that. There have been calls before that maybe we need to do some martial arts or some defensive training and things like that. But for me, I have been in the service for many years. I don't think that will help, because when you respond to an emergency, Alicia, you are only focusing to Alicia who needs assistance.
Absolutely.
So you are not going to be able to focus on some criminal elements who wants to do his own thing. So the message is that yes, we can be able to use whatever technology we have in the vehicles. We can get the police escort. Right now, those kind of ideas, they're not feasible. I mean, how many police vans do we have at a specific police station right now?
True. So you're not getting any escort.
Exactly. So it means that yes, there are calls whereby we will get an escort. Like for instance, it is the very same place on Tuesday. We had an incident there where there was a shooting. Where we had to get a police escort, because we knew that there's trouble there. But now we cannot, like last night, when we were responding to a maternity case where we know that there's no danger there, we have to be
Start
walking
by
around
the
with
police
people, with the
station.
police, start at the police and then go on there. So we can't work like that. I mean, the issues in here, our communities need to make sure that they work with us so that the people who are disrupting the service are removed within the communities.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, the very same people, communities, even if they don't report these matters, they are the ones who are going to suffer. Like, for
Where do
instance,
they
now,
report these
that
matters,
ambulance,
Robert?
after the robbery, they've damaged the ambulance.
Yeah.
We still need to go fix the very same vehicle. What happens to the old lady in Orange Farm if that's to be serviced? She's not
Robert,
going to be able to get the service.
Unfortunately, we've run out of time, but where can people call or report any of such
Yes, we have
incidents?
reported the matter to the Mondio police station. The matter is being investigated there. So if there's anyone who has got any information which can assist us, they can call a Mondio police station.
Thank you so much, Robert, for that update. That is Robert Mulaudzi. He was with us in studio on the issue surrounding the rise in the attacks of emergency personnel during their rescue missions.